up, guys? Phoenix here, and welcome to our first pixel art tutorial for the Goku Black. So I released this time lapse on the channel I think about a week ago, and actually it's been a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. And people were saying they want a tutorial, so we're gonna start right away. We're gonna be doing the frame first like usual, then we'll go into the filling and shading parts, and then coloring. So it's gonna be probably a couple of parts because it is pretty big. So I would give yourself about 200 by 200 space if you need that blocks. And a lot of people keep telling me they run out of space on their flat worlds. When you make your flat world, make sure it's only like 3 or 4 above the ground. 1, 2, 3. See, that leaves a lot of space. Even if you can maybe leave it like even just 1 or 2 above ground, and that's only because sometimes the pixel art might be a little bit into the earth. So yeah, so first what we're gonna do is go up 5 vertical pieces of blocks of coal. 1, 2, 3, 4 5. And if this is your first tutorial, we use grass blocks for just marking out corners and stuff, and we're going to use the block of coal for the frame. So anyways, we're going to up and to the right, so you can put your placement block to the right or top part. When you say up and to the right, 3 flat, and this will be touching at the diagonal. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right, 2 flat. Up and to the right, 3 flat, 2 times in a row. So placement block right here, 1, 2, 3, and placement block again, 1, 2, 3. And we're just doing the left shoulder of his Saiyan suit right now, or just his Saiyan outfit. We're gonna go to the face maybe next part. For now, if we have enough time, we'll start the face and stuff. But I think just doing the frame might be enough for today, or just doing the clothing frame. But anyways, we're gonna go up and to the right 5 flat from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Up and to the right 11 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Up and to the right 5 flat again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up and to the right 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the right 2 flat, 2 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. Up and to the right 1 single. And from here, where we have the 2, 2, 1 we just placed, the middle block, or the middle part right here where the 2 flats are. So we have a 2 flat below it and a single above it. So these 2's right here. We're going to go to the right block and put 1 coal underneath it. We're then going to go down and to left 2 vertical. And then down and to left 1 single. Now from the single above it, we're going to go up and to the right 2 vertical. Up and to the right 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. And from those 3 singles, we're going to go down and to the right now. 2 singles. 1, 2. And from that, we're going to start going back up. Now there's a little spot on his I think it's a crease. I'm gonna just call it a crease in his clothing that we actually need to make now. So before we continue the frame, I'm gonna make the crease. So from the 3 single right here, we're gonna go down and to left 1 single, and you can mark it because we're gonna come back to this block later. Then from that single we just placed, we're gonna put 1 to the left, 1 on top, and 5 underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're then gonna go down and to the left 8 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down and to the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And that's it for the crease right there. It should be actually 1 above the ground, which it is. So that's a good indicator that we did it correctly. And we can fly right back up to where we marked and just continue from there. So actually from there, we're going to go up and to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 singles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we might need to adjust our cameraman soon, just because you can see we're already almost halfway through his screen, and we're not even at the halfway point of the Goku. So it's fine. We're going to go up and to the right now, 3 flat. Down and to the right, 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Down and to the right, 2 flat. 1, 2. Up and to the right, 2 flat. 1, 2. Up and to the right 3 flat. And as you can see, it's just going up and down. It's a bunch of arches. It's not really the most organized thing right now. It's pretty sloppy, but when we're done with it, it'll make sense. So that's the problem. Like, if you get lost, it'll be easy to mess up. So if you have to, slow it down, redo some of the parts just to make sure you're on point. But yeah, it's correct so far. Anyways, from there, we're gonna up and to the right, 2 flat, up and to the right, 1 single, up and to the right, 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3, and then up and to the right, 1 single. Now, from that 1 single, we're going to do a couple of things. So underneath it, we're going to put an extra 1 underneath. And you can mark both of those just so we can keep track of them. Because if we want to go up and to the right from the top block to continue the face, we're going to go up and to the right, 8 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to leave that hanging for now. And then to continue from the bottom to do the frame, we're going to go down and to the right from the bottom block. 1 single, like so. And then we're going to continue working with that single. Now from there, we're going to go down and to the right, 2 flat, down and to the right, 2 flat again, and just keep deleting the placement blocks as you keep working, just so that you can know where you're going. And also, it just helps keep it clean, so you can tell which ones we're keeping, which ones are not. Like, for example, we can mark the 8 vertical right here with dirt, just so we know that we need to come back to it for the face later. Now from there, we're going to down and to the right, 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, down and to the right, 4 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the number's going to keep getting bigger as we get closer to the center of his jaw, just because it's going to be like a really long bar that holds his jaw, the frame of his jaw in place, like centers everything. So anyways, from there we're going to go down and to the right, 8 flat, 2 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we'll place the placement block again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Delete, fly over here, delete. Perfect. Now if you're looking at the thumbnail, you can see that this is starting to look a little bit like what we're supposed to be building, but we still got a long way to go. So we're gonna start going up and to the right now, because this is the halfway point of his jaw. So if you have your own cameraman, you might want to center him right now so that this bar you just built is in the center of your build. And if it's not, you might be a little bit off, to be honest. So I'm gonna move my cameraman. Oh my goodness, cameraman, move! Come on, cameraman, don't do this to me. We need to get this centered on the cameraman. And then we should be good. Alright, so that's slightly centered, so we'll just leave it like that for now. Anyways, from here we're going to up and to the right, 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up and to the right, 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Delete. Now this is going to get a little bit repetitive right here, but it's going to be very fast to do because a lot of the numbers are the same. So we're going to go up and to the right, 2 flat, 5 times in a row. So placement block on the right or top each time, and we're just going to do 2 flat like this 5 times in a row. So that's 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, and 5. That covered actually more distance than you think it did. So from that last part in the 2 flat, so this one right here, this top part, we're going to go to the left block in it. And we're actually going to go below it. But we can also, actually let's work with the right block first. Just because the frame finishes on the right side, I don't want to confuse anybody. So from this right block, we're going to put an extra piece of coal to the right. Then we're going to go up from it. So it looks like this now. We're then going to go up and to the left 9 vertical from this top block, just so it can match what we have over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let's fill in those grass blocks. Now, going back to the 2 vertical we just did, we're going to go down and to the left from it, 2 vertical again. Down and to the right, 2 flat. Down and to the right again, 2 flat, and we're going to do this 4 more times. So placement block underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, that's wrong. 4. And let's fill in those blocks of dirt right there. Sorry for any background noise you guys may hear. I do have a plane flying over my head, and I can never tell if you guys pick this up in the mic or not, because sometimes the turbulence or whatever that's coming past my house, like cars or emergency vehicles, I apologize for them in the video, and then they never show up, so I just look stupid. But anyways, from the 2 flat we just placed, we're going to up and to the right now, 2 flat. Then up and to the right 4 flat. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4. There we go. Down and to the right 2 flat. Let me just do a little bit of a recap now, just to slow it down a bit. So once we reached the neck right here, where we had the 2 flats that we placed, we went to the right of the 2 flats and put an extra single block and an extra block on top of that, which created this weird sideways L shape. Now from there, we went up and to the left 9 vertical blocks, which we marked because we will continue that with the face later, and then drop down below with the 2 vertical at the diagonal. So if you zoom out, it should look like this. We then went down into the right 5 sets of 2s, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we started climbing back up, so we went up into the right 2 flat, up into the right 4 flat, and then down into the right 2 flat again. Now let's keep this up and finish up the shoulder. So we're going to go down into the right now, 3 singles, 1, 2, 3, down into the right 2 flat, down into the right 4 singles, 1, 2, 3, 4, up into the right 1 single, up into the right 2 flat, up into the right 3 flat, and now let me just zoom out so you can see a little bit. So you should have this. It looks kind of like the Little Dipper, maybe like the constellation. We have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Then it starts climbing back up. We have 1, 2, 3. Now this is the final part in the shoulder, I guess, because it's going to go back down to the ground. So let's go down into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. So placement 1, 2. Placement 1, 2. Then we're going to go down into the right 2 flat. Down into the right 4 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go down into the right 3 flat 4 times in a row. So this one's going to be hard to keep track of. Make sure you're counting carefully. So we're going to do 3 flat like this at the diagonal, and we're going to do it 4 times. So this is the first one already. Then we put a placement block, 1, 2, 3, that's the second one. Placement block, 1, 2, 3, that's the third one. Placement block, 1, 2, 3, that's the fourth one. And now to bring this to the ground, we're really close already. All we're going to do is go down to the right 2 flat, down to the right 1 single, down to the right 2 vertical, and then down to the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Alright. So let's clean up all these dirt blocks that we don't need. And as you can see, it's on camera, so, or it fits on screen. So let me just move my cameraman over a bit, maybe raise him up. And yeah, we can get more of the Goku on screen now. He actually fits. And I should have known he would have fit just because from the time lapse he fit, so why wouldn't he fit now? But it's going to be hard to center him again, so maybe next tutorial he'll be centered a little bit better. But anyways, yeah, let's keep going a little bit. Just a little bit longer. Like I said, I wanted to stop there, but we're going to keep going up just because the more we do now, the less we have to do later. So let's go to the left side of the face where we have the 8 vertical. So right here. And what we're going to do from the top block in that 8 vertical after we delete the dirt blocks is we're going to go up and to the right 1 single. Up and to the left 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the left 3 vertical again. 1, 2, 3, and we're almost at the spot where the ear and the hair, sorry, the ear and the hair split up. So that's gonna branch out really far, and I don't think it goes past his shoulders. So it's gonna go out far, but it's just not gonna go past his shoulders. So if this fits in frame, you're fine. But now we just have to worry about height limit. So we have 3, 3. Let's go up and to left 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 1, 2, and now we have this. Now from those 2 flats, the first one right here, we're going to go to the block on the right, and let's add another 2 blocks to the top of it. Now from those 2 blocks we added to the top, we're going to go up and to the left 3 vertical 2 times in a row. So 1, 2, 3, placement 1, 2, 3, and we can mark that actually just because we want to come back to it later. We're not doing the inner face detail yet, so it's not important to continue that. It is important to continue these flats though. So from the 2 flats we placed before. So we have the 2 flat here and a 2 flat there. We're going to keep branching that off by going up and to the left 3 flat now. Placement block 1, 2, 3. Up and to left 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to left 3 flat 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. That's 1 time. 1, 2, 3. That's 2 times. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 times. And I'm sorry if this is a little bit off, just because I do know that I can kind of be a little bit bad with the description. So I'm trying to slow it down as much as possible now, because I think I rushed a little bit at the beginning. But anyways, after those 3 flats, we're going to up and to left 2 flat. Up and to left 3 flat again. Up and to left 4 flat 3 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3. And as you can see, it is branching out. We haven't passed the shoulder yet. And the final part right here, before we start curving back in for the first spike, we're going to go up and to left 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From there, we're actually going to be able to curve back in for 1 spike. Then we come back out for another spike. And that's just the structure it goes. If you need a reference to see what I'm talking about, you actually might want to just look at the thumbnail or the time lapse, just because that's how it's going to look. But let's move over to the right side and get a little bit of that done before we end. And then from the next part, we'll continue the frame and hopefully get all his hair down, because his hair has a lot to it. So anyways, on the right side from the 9 vertical we have right here, let's delete those placement blocks. And if you need to, make sure you count and check if it's 9. I think I did it right the first time, so I'm not going to count it. We're going to go to the top block and go up and to the right 2 vertical. So placement block on the right or top side. 1, 2. Now from the 2 vertical, we're going to go to the bottom block and go down and to the right 1 single. Down and to the right 2 flat. Down and to the right 1 single. Up and to the right 2 flat. Up and to the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the earring we're making right now. So the earring is its own little spot on the head, but it's connected to the hair. So we have to make sure we have the outline of the earring done before we even move on to that. So now from that 5 vertical, we're going to go to the second to last from the top. So this one right here. And we're going to add 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now once we have that 5 to the left, you can see it's kind of floating there in between the 2 vertical and the 5 flat we just created. So going back to the 2 vertical, we're going to go to the top block now. And we're going to go up and to the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you can see, everything connects just fine. Now from there, we're going to go up and to the right 4 vertical 3 more times. So placement block 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 time. Whoops, I fell. Placement block 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 times. Placement block 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3 times. Perfect. And wow, his face does look a little bit weird now that it has no detail in it, but don't worry, it'll come together eventually. Anyways, where should we continue? Let's go back to this part of the earring. So on the earring we have the 5 vertical, and the top block and the 5 vertical is not doing anything. What we're going to do from there is go up and to the left 1 single. Whoops. Up and to left 1 single. Up and to left 2 vertical. Up and to the right 2 vertical. Up and to the right 7 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think this is correct so far, so I'm not going to be too superstitious about it. So we're going to continue with the 7 flat and going on into the ear. I mean the rest of the hair. So from that 7 flat, we're going to go up and to the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right 4 flat, 2 times in a row. Placement block 1, 2, 3, 4. Placement block 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the right 2 flat. Up and to the right 3 flat, 2 times in a row. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right 2 flat now. 5 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. 1, 2, that's 4. And 1, 2, that's 5. Delete, 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 and delete. Now for the final part here, we're going to go up and to the right 1 single, up and to the right 2 flat, up and to the right 1 single again, and that's where we're going to stop for today. So, actually before we stop, let's just make sure the earring is done, because I don't want to come back here and make sure the earring looks awkward still. So we're going to finish that up real quick. So in the earring where we have the 1 single right here that goes into the 2 vertical, we're going to go to the 2 vertical, and actually on the top lock in it, we're going to put 2 to the left, then 1 down, then down and to left 1 single to lock out the shape. So now you should have this weird pyramid above a half circle. Now from there, we're going to go to the second 2 vertical, so this one right before the 7 flat. And from that second 2 vertical, we're going to go up and to the right 2 vertical, which there's already 1 single right here, so just add another one to the top of it. We're then going to put a 3rd block on top. And from that 3rd block on top, we're going to put 1 to the right and 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. Now the finishing touch right here is this center area right here. We're going to need to fill in a little bit of the space just to make it look like it has a hoop in it. So all we're going to do is from this 4 vertical that breaks into it, we're going to go down and to the right 2 vertical. 1, 2, just like that. So let me zoom out so you can see the earring. Hopefully that made enough sense to you guys. If it didn't, just rewind it, and as long as yours looks like this or somewhat like this, you should be fine. In part 2, we're going to finish up the hair and hopefully get into some of the facial detail, but I think the entire hair will take up its own part. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more pixel art content. This is Phoenix, and as always, I will see you guys later. Bye!